Hi, so today we are reviewing James Kidd's final assignment for operating systems and concurrency. In this one, we had to make it so that a cinema application could have two box offices but take from the same value, giving and taking transactions in terms of selling and returning tickets. So to make this this system safe, what we needed to do was only change the cinemascreen.java file. As you can see, the cinema application.java is untouched, which it has to be, and when you run this, the outputs should be similar to these ones here, with the exception of the middle ones sometimes being different due to threading. So the outputs you really want here are the last two, the cinema screen 1 vacancies 5 and cinema screen 2 vacancies 6. So that's the most important part here. So let's jump over to cinemascreen.java. And okay, so as you can see, to begin with, we have two private longs, vacancy screen 1, vacancy screen 2. And then we have a public cinema screen, so the constructor here creates two control screen objects and sets the vacancy screen's initial values to 20. So the first method here is sell tickets 1. This one will sell a ticket from vacancy screen 1, so reducing the number from 20 to whatever the given value is in terms of int number. Okay, so as you can see, James has made a synchronized block with a try and catch, and what this does is, in the synchronized block, he uses the control screen 1 object to then weight the system and then vacancy screen minus the inputted number, and then he notifies all. So what he's doing is he's making the system wait 5 milliseconds and then telling everything else that it is then done. It then returns false. So we'll just keep going. Sell tickets 2 is the exact same, just for vacancy screen 2. Then we go down and we have the same again for return tickets 1, so this just adds number back to it. This again waits 5 milliseconds, and then the last one is the same again. So this is good. The only difference I would probably make is maybe a check around here to see if you have enough tickets to sell. So maybe a simple check like if vacancy screen 1 minus number, put that in a little bracket to make it do it first, is not less than or equal to, oh sorry, I put that not in the wrong place, less than or equal to, sorry, less than 0. Okay, I seem to maybe have done that wrong, so you'd probably do one after, so make an int vacancies check equals this here. And then all we should do is sorry, it has to be a long, obviously. So then all we have to do is check that the vacancies check is not equal to or less than 0. Well, no, just less than 0, because if it's less than 0, then there shouldn't be enough tickets to sell. For the application that it is in itself, I believe it's okay to have it the way he has, because it never really gives you enough to go below 0. Because as you can see here, it sells a certain amount of tickets and returns a certain amount of tickets. So it's never going to really jump below 0, but you want to have that check there to make sure that it doesn't if the application is expanded. So that's the only really check I would do. So just put an if block in here, and you know, if it isn't ready to do that, so if the value is less than 0, just make it wait for a couple of seconds, and you can put another if statement again down here, checking it again in around here. And if it's still again not available, then just don't do the transaction. But if it is available, then carry out the transaction. And I would just do that for the 2 sell tickets, because I believe you can return the tickets at any point, because if you're returning tickets, there has to be tickets there to return. If you wanted to be really, really good, you could make another 2 values for the max amount of tickets, and then carry out the same process for the return tickets, with making sure that the number never exceeds the max amount. So again, just not letting you return the tickets until the synchronized blocks have finished and it has notified the rest of it. But all in all, it's a good program. I'll just take out my changes and run it to see if it works, which is the most important part. So let's jump over here, click run, and as you can see, it runs perfectly. So that is perfect. Well done, James.